There are no one like fans, and that's why Sky Bet are giving you weekly free bets and boosts all season long. So make sure you click the link in the description and take advantage of these great offers. Sky Bet for the fans.
The top 5 managers in history. I want to hear from you, Buvey. The top 5 managers in all-time world footballing history.
I'll throw a name out there. Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah.
He's won more Champions Leagues than anyone else.
Why do you bring up Ancelotti? Do you know I heard an interview with him today? Generally, Ancelotti is just universally loved, isn't he?
Yeah.
I heard him talking today, and obviously Manchester City have their run-ins with Real Madrid, and certainly in the spotlight at the moment. It was put to Ancelotti, why didn't you go to the Ballon d'Or? You know, Real Madrid basically blocked it. I've never seen Ancelotti be as spiky. If another manager spoke like that, I don't know, Postecoglou.
What do you say?
Basically, when we thought it was ridiculous that Rodri won it, we thought Vinicius Jr. deserved it, and because it was such a draconian, drastic misjudgment of justice, we decided to boycott. He got really dramatic about it, which I've never really heard him do.
I put him in my top 5 now. I'm going to have to make him sick. Okay, I'm putting someone else.
So you're right to put him in the top 5.
5 Champions Leagues as a manager. League wins in every single country. We sometimes say the Premier League's the hardest league to win. He won the double with Chelsea.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not. If he looks back in the history books, he won't even look at Chelsea. Not in a negative way to you.
I know what you mean.
He'll think about AC Milan. He'll think about he managed Juve. He managed obviously Real Madrid.
Such a football man as well. He's been about the game. Done
Everton.
It all, part of that amazing AC Milan team.
Yeah.
Bullet, Van Basten,
Talk about
Rijkaard.
Italians. Marcelo Lippi deserves a mention in this chat.
Lippi,
yeah, of course. Winning the World Cup.
Won the World Cup.
How do you lads view it in terms of the World Cup wins? Are the Del Bosque? Are you going to?
I wouldn't just put someone in this for winning the World Cup alone.
No.
You can add to their debate, with
Do you
Lippi
know what I think is quite interesting with regards to football and the debate around football and the Ballon d'Or and football players? I feel like certainly the international community, like the UEFA and things like that, they seem to love those competitions. And I feel like if there's not been an international tournament, the team that wins the Ballon d'Or will probably have the the team that wins the Champions League will probably produce the Ballon d'Or winner. If there has been a World Cup, the team that wins the World Cup will probably produce the winner of the Ballon d'Or. I don't agree with that. I don't think international tournament football, I love it. I love going. I love knockout football. I basically go to every tournament England compete at. But I don't think it should be seen as the Champions League. People go Messi won the World Cup.
Yeah.
Look, I was at that World Cup in Qatar. It was sensational. I loved every minute of it. But he's running rings around like Australians.
You except for the final. Except for the final.
No.
He's one fella with a mullet and a moustache.
He's running rings around Australians and that.
But all those Australians were professional footballers.
I know, but it's Aaron Roy.
In the Premier League. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but
all I'm saying is winning the Champions League.
If you win the Champions League this season, if City win the Champions League this season, we might have to play Leipzig. That's an equivalent. That's what I'm saying. I don't agree in the same way, to be honest. I think the World Cup in certain competitions, the World Cup is incredible.
Imagine if England
when Italy beat
won.
France in 2006.
10% of the 20% of the teams are good.
Imagine if England had won, and we should have won it, in Russia. Look at the route.
Yeah, but we didn't.
No, we didn't because we were rubbish.
And the side that won it were justifiably fantastic. France, they were a generation side that got to multiple finals.
Absolutely, they were.
Lippi's in there because of 2006. They beat Zidane. Zidane was the best player of the tournament, and Italy found a way past Germany at home, and then France.
If we're doing an Italian, off the back of international contributors, it's Arrigo Sacchi, isn't it? Ahead of Lippi.
Yeah, I'm not saying Lippi, by the way, but I'm just backing the World Cup point.
Adding a name out.
Yeah, I'm just backing the World Cup point.
We're not doing Premier League managers, isn't it? And sometimes we can get caught in being very.
I'll tell you who's not in a list. Like when Chelsea were competing and trying to be the best, even sometimes when you try and be the best, it doesn't always work. You make a noble appointment, it doesn't go your way. It could happen with Amorim. I think Amorim is a good manager, but whether it works or doesn't work, it's a great appointment.
Yeah.
You've appointed a European super coach. If it don't work, fine. When we did that, we did it with Scolari.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mate, he was so bad. It's so bad.
The first 3 months were
Who was you
amazing.
supposed to get?
First game, Portsmouth.
Brazilian football.
Deco. We signed Deco.
Yeah.
We beat Portsmouth on the first day of the
winger,
season.
right back.
We beat
Cole left back.
Yeah, we beat Portsmouth on the first day of the season 4-0. Deco scored an amazing goal. He scored an amazing goal at the Reebok as well.
Was that before or after he nearly ended up with England? Because Scolari was about to be appointed England manager at one point, wasn't
Same time frame. Same time frame.
following him around.
He was
and it
terrible. Honestly,
the decision was kind of made and it was done, and then it didn't happen.
was after
absolutely
04.
terrible.
He could have been the England manager 06, I think. I think it was.
Is that what it was?
And then we kept Sven.
Was it after Capello?
So, but Scolari...
No, before Capello.
Before Capello.
Yeah, it was, so Scolari is most certainly not in this list. But Arrigo Sacchi, absolutely. And I think it was Jamie Carragher was talking about this, wasn't it? He was saying that you're basically... Football now can be traced to two forefathers, and you're either Johan Cruyff or you're Arrigo Sacchi. But basically, you're either a disciple of one or the other. So if Carragher is correct, I think it's fair to assume he probably is.
Yep.
Are both of those in? Just because they're the forefathers? Like, does Johan Cruyff have to be in it because of his contribution to football? Without him, there isn't a Guardiola or an Enzo Maresca.
This isn't a particular point about them, but like you can
Russell
influence
Martin.
people without being the best, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You can be
that's true, that's
of
true.
an
No,
influence.
that's
Like
true, yeah.
Bielsa influences a lot. I know he was
some
influenced.
rappers.
Yeah.
Some rappers. Yeah.
So,
Your favourite rapper's favourite rapper is probably not your favourite
Yeah,
rapper.
you've probably never heard of him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
But
you
Sacchi
can't-
won European titles, didn't he? And so did Cruyff. Cruyff won the
Lippi
European
won more
Cup with
than him,
Barcelona. I don't know how many Lippi won. We might have to Google it.
Lippi won 3 Champions Leagues.
Did he? Yeah.
Juventus.
Wow.
He won countless Serie A's. He won the World Cup.
And he won the league every year.
Yeah.
Over like the
Can I throw a quick one out there? Del Bosque. He won the European Cup with Real Madrid.
You rate Del Bosque. You like him. You
have
talk
to-
about him a lot,
I
don't
think
you?
3 tournaments in a row, and one of them, and 2 of them are the European ones, which are harder
He
than
got
South
sacked after
America.
winning the Champions League, didn't he?
Sacked, I think, replaced by Capello potentially, but Euros, World Cup, Euros.
Do you not think?
Come on.
How much of that do you give to him, and how much do you give to just timing, like that Barcelona team? That
It was
would
Pep,
do,
wasn't it? A large
Yeah,
part of it was Pep.
Exactly.
But you still have to manage the players. You still have to manage a country that never won anything ever before that.
I agree.
In terms of the World Cup, they won the Euros before that, but 3 in a row? That's incredible.
Yeah, I don't disagree. But are you putting him up there?
Yeah, top 5 for me.
But nobody here yet has mentioned like Sir Alex Ferguson.
Sir Alex Ferguson's obviously going to get a mention. Mourinho will get a mention. I think Pep will obviously get a mention. Wenger could get a mention, but not quite make it.
Yeah, I don't think he makes
No
it.
way.
Zidane should get a mention for his Champions League.
Yeah,
feat alone.
Zidane's 3 retaining the Champions League 3 years in a row.
Ridiculous.
It's like ridiculous, isn't it? What about Brian Clough? What he did?
Brian Clough should get a mention.
Brian Clough won the league with Forest, won the Champions League,
2 European
and retained the Champions League,
That's scary.
Having just got promoted.
having just got promoted.
Scary.
Stupid.
Imagine Russell Martin doing that with Southampton.
having just got promoted.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah, it's mad.
It is. Right, who's going in 5th?
Let's
Are we doing
get,
a combined one? What are we doing?
Let's get them. Let's just work out who's in. Do we? So, for example, just so I know, let's do it combined. I reckon. Is Johan Cruyff in?
Yeah, Johan Cruyff has to be in.
Because of his, but he wasn't particularly
Cruyff
good.
isn't in mine.
He didn't win. He wasn't particularly good.
His managerial philosophy.
Yeah, his
influenced
managerial
hundreds of
philosophy.
managers.
Yes,
I think it has
Total
to be.
football, sexy football doesn't
Top 5
exist.
managers of influence. It has to be. It's not just trophies.
You did just add in of influence.
No, he's not.
No, top 5 managers that have managed influence in the football.
No, you keep saying the word influence. It's not written.
No, but it's obvious, isn't it? It's obvious. It's inferred, isn't it? Cruyff's top 5 all time.
No, I think he's a top
His
5
record
influence.
isn't. He could be
I
number
don't
one
think he's
influence.
a top 5 manager.
He could be number 1 influence.
Nah, Cruyff has to be in, man.
Like that Ajax thing. How it's just
Also,
so powerful, isn't it?
His name gets spoken about still. Obviously, it would anyway, but because other managers took it on and were successful with his influence, Van Gaals of this world, like they all came from that kind of path, right?
Yeah.
So that's why he keeps getting
But
mentioned.
he is
because
successful. He has a philosophy, and he managed to translate it to. He still won things. He's not the perfect manager in the same way maybe Del Bosque is or someone else, but he translated his
You know what I
ideas.
just suddenly thought, should we be talking even grander and like, do we need to start talking about Sir Matt Busby here? Do we need to start talking about Joe Fagan? Do we need to start talking about Bill Shankly, Bob Paisley? Do we need to start like
Stockstein.
a big jock? Yeah. All right. Let's do this. I think Bob Paisley is going to have to be in it.
Oh God, I don't know. No, I don't think so.
No. Okay.
I don't know.
Sir Alex is in it.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's leave him for the end.
So let's just get the five.
definitely
Let's just
in
get
there.
the
I've
five.
said Ancelotti for an easy one.
Okay.
That has to be in there.
Ancelotti's in because it's so easy because he's the only one
So
that's
he's
ever
fifth.
won all 5 big leagues.
Ancelotti
Del Bosque? Do we agree with that?
Wait, hold tight on Del Bosque.
hold
Ancelotti
that
definitely.
tight.
Ancelotti won.
Guardiola's going to be in this, right?
Save that for later.
No, but
Yeah.
we've got 5 spaces, bro.
Yeah, but we're starting with 5th. It's in the thing. Start with
So let's
5.
decide who's in there.
Ancelotti 5th.
Ancelotti.
That's fair.
Ancelotti in. We don't even have to say 5th yet.
Easy.
Ancelotti's 1 or 5.
Guardiola.
Fergie is 1 or 5.
Like, I would love to sit here and go put some Matt Busby in there and all these that, but
We
I
don't
feel
know
like
enough.
I need to stay more modern
Yeah, okay, more modern.
Yeah.
because
Okay.
it just feels a bit,
No, you're right.
Okay.
you know.
Who else?
Because otherwise, Sir Matt Busby's probably one. Like, when you look at what he dealt with,
Is
1958,
is Jose Mourinho in this?
Mourinho would possibly be in mine.
I don't see how
could be
Jose Mourinho's not.
He has to be in there.
Oh right, sorry. I thought
No, he has
your
to.
reaction was the opposite.
No, he has to, mate.
Okay, so Mourinho's in. I'm gonna say names and you say yes or no very quickly. Right, Arsene Wenger,
No.
Jurgen Klopp,
No.
Luis Enrique,
No.
who Didier Deschamps, all the success at France.
No.
Say some names, Ad. Anybody else that needs to mention here? Claudio Ranieri, the biggest achievement ever with Leicester. Biggest achievement, literally the biggest sporting achievement ever.
Impossible.
Literally the
Impossible.
biggest sporting achievement ever.
Impossible.
Hang on, just explore it though, mate.
Yeah.
Nobody's name you've said, Pep Guardiola, regardless. Nobody has done a 5,000 to 1. Nobody. I'm not saying he's in. He's not in mine. I'm just
No,
talking
There's a
about-
reason.
There's a reason they
There's
were
a reason they were 5,000 to 1.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got 3. We need 2 more. So Jose Mourinho, Ancelotti, Sir Alex Ferguson. Is Pep Guardiola in this?
Yeah.
He's in mine.
Pep Guardiola, 4. We have 1 place left for grabs.
I'm just going to chuck names out there. That's all I'm doing.
Okay, say some.
We've obviously mentioned Ancelotti in it. Trapattoni, Sachi, Hitzfeld, Cruyff,
Beckenbauer.
Shankly, Busby, Paisley, Clough. I know we're not going
Is it
there.
Cruyff?
Antonio Conte.
Going back on ourselves, is it Cruyff?
Arsene Wenger.
It's not Wenger or Conte.
It's
I
Del
love
Bosque.
Conte.
It's just easy, innit?
It's not Del Bosque.
You win 3 titles in a row in international level.
Is Del Bosque?
And the Champions
you were
League.
loving Johan Cruyff before we discussed it. If you were choosing between Del Bosque and Cruyff, who is it?
Cruyff. You guys bailed. Nah. Why are you laughing? You said I can't have it. You turned me down.
Del Bosque, 3 in a row.
I'm
It's
giving
Del
you different
Bosque.
options.
Okay, right.
You
Cruyff
just said
or Del
Claudio
Bosque?
Ranieri.
Cruyff.
You said I can't have Cruyff because he's a bad manager, apparently.
I didn't say he's a bad manager.
And then you said Ranieri because he won the lottery. He won the Thunderball, 5,000 to 1.
God, mate, that was so good, Buvey.
But it's one of the. It's
Buvey.
Cruyff, Del Bosque. It has to be in the 5th.
Buvey, this is an amazing
Yeah.
journey. Del Bosque, lads, it's Del Bosque. He won 3 in a row. It's Del Bosque. Okay, Booth. Is it Cruyff or Del Bosque? Cruyff.
Yeah, but I forgot Mourinho. I forgot about Mourinho.
Okay, I think
It's
we've
one
done
of the
it.
two.
I think we've done it. Now, just to be sure, we have left Zinedine Zidane out of this list. Are we happy to do that?
Too short a time. He hasn't gone back into management. That's an issue for me.
Okay. And now we have to pick our number 1.
You know, if Zidane took the France job and won the World Cup, is he suddenly in these conversations?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because
I think
it's
so.
possible.
I think if he succeeds in his next job, wherever it is, you know, if he ended up going to Manchester United and winning them a Champions League, if he ended up going to AC Milan and winning them a Champions League, or where was he before Juve, right? If he went to Juve, won them a Champions League. If he did anything like that, he then becomes part of this 3 in a row. It's like nuts.
So who's 5th?
I don't think we can do this.
Ancelotti.
Cruyff 5th, Ancelotti 4th, Mourinho 3rd,
think
Fergie
Ancelotti should be
2,
ahead of
Pep
Mourinho,
1.
you know? Is that mad?
Pep 1 of all time.
Yeah.
I don't think that's right.
I don't think
right, yeah.
I think Ancelotti should be ahead of Mourinho. Wrong or right?
Prime Jose is better than Prime
It's
Ancelotti.
longevity. I think you could easily argue that prime Jose Mourinho is better than any manager to have ever lived.
Ancelotti was just a good man manager. Jose changed football.
If you were picking like the best manager just for one season, I think it's
Jose.
Mourinho.
It's Prime Jose.
But then look at what Sir Alex did. Some of the stuff he did with
What
he
I
did
can't
like, in
do
terms
this.
of the players he had.
This
and
is the
stuff like
first time ever, and all the tasks that we've done of all the discussions on the club.
It's
that
Fergie.
Pep's first.
It's Fergie.
I think it's Fergie.
It's
Fergie's
I don't even
European
know if
record is
Pep's
shocking, by the way.
second, you know.
Fergie's European record isn't great.
Shocking.
He did
all
win
these
a
other
Euro-
managers. It's
he
funny,
did
innit?
win
All
a-
these other managers.
Last
use
manager
their
to beat Real
European
Madrid in a
managers.
cup.
Their European record.
He did win a European trophy with
Zidane won
Aberdeen.
3.
though.
Fergie spent 30 years winning 2.
He did win an Aberdeen.
One was a lucky corner, and the other was penalties when your boy slipped on his ass in
What we're not
Russia.
going to do is forget
didn't
about
he-
Aberdeen, forget about the Cup Winners' Cup.
Don't go on about Aberdeen.
and
Every video is about Aberdeen. man.
He won the Cup Winners' Cup at Man United as well. And we're not going to forget about the fact that Man United could only play 3 foreign players.
Let's not do that.
at the
That
start.
changed changed in 95, 96, 97.
Exactly. So
So he had 22 years and he
he's
won
still
2.
he's still underachieved in Europe.
And I'll be
but
honest,
we've
the
got to add
standard of
context to
wins,
that.
dramatic, beautiful for Netflix doc, nowhere near the standard of other wins. Nowhere near the standard of Mourinho's Porto win. Way better than 99.
Who's better than Fergie?
Pep.
No, Pep's not.
Double the amount of trebles, more points in a single Premier League season, change football with a philosophy.
Pep's not a better
What's
manager.
Fergie's philosophy? 4-4-2.
But
Sign Andy Cole.
being pragmatic is a good thing, not a bad thing. You know, Fergie.
Pep's more successful than Fergie in a relative amount of time that they've both been in the
Fergie
Premier League.
never lost a 2-0 lead in his whole entire life.
He never had a 100-point season.
Fergie
100-point season is way better than that, by the way. So it's not like it's not an equivalent. 100-point seasons are the
Mate,
greatest thing ever seen in the
You said
Premier
the
League.
other day, by the way, all of this, what's happening at City, is because of Rodri.
Fergie never lost.
Fergie never crumbled because one player left his team.
Fergie had some bad years.
Fergie never lost
But
9
if
out of
that's the
11.
case,
He never lost
in
9 out of
99
11.
final, Keenan's goals were out.
I'd rather
Fergie
take-
didn't go, fuck,
okay.
I got no, I got no
I'd rather
Keno.
take Pep having a bad season
Finish.
now versus Pep having a 100-point
For
season.
the first time ever on the club, I'm going to have to interrupt and play arbiter, and I'm going to hand it over to anybody watching this on the YouTube channel.
Fine.
If you could be kind enough to let us know in the comments. We can't separate them.
No, we can. It's
I don't think we
Me
can.
and you
First.
both-
I'm saying
Double
Sir
the amount
Alex
of trebles.
one, but I can't do the rest.
Pep's won 2 trebles.
Oh,
Like, we've got to do 5, and we can't even agree on one. Even if you two just agree on.
Can I ask you something,
Okay.
Rory?
Okay,
What's better? 2 trebles or 1? Be honest. What's better? 2 trebles at Chelsea or 1 treble? What's better?
2 trebles is better than 1.
Thanks very much.
If,
I've won
in
the
that
argument.
very specific
Rory's won me the
argument.
argument.
In that very specific argument, but that's not okay. Look, on this, let's just try and do it. We're going to do this. If we can't do it in 1 minute, we're going to give up.
Yeah.
5-1.
Cruyff fifth.
We all have to agree, or majority rule. So Ferguson wins because majority rule. Ferguson wins. So that must mean that Guardiola is second.
5-1. So we go. Is it mad for me to do this?
Mourinho's not fair.
No,
this is
Mourinho's
why we
better than
can't
Cruyff.
do it.
But isn't Cruyff's influence so huge that he kind of
Mourinho's a better
eclipses-
manager.
saying that a minute
Mourinho's a
ago.
better
What's that
manager than
mean?
Johan Cruyff, though. Like
Yeah,
he just
Mourinho's-
is.
yeah.
Mourinho just is a better manager than
Cruyff
Johan
doesn't
Cruyff.
win Porto the Champions League.
No. Or
Cruyff-
into the treble. Or Chelsea
Guardiola.
back-to-back league titles.
Cruyff, Mourinho, Ancelotti, Fergie, Pep. Easy. End of the video.
Cruyff, Mourinho, Ancelotti, Guardiola, Fergie.
Hang on. Did you just have Mourinho below Ancelotti? Are you comfortable with that selection?
Yeah, just
Are you
because
comfortable with that?
Yeah,
See,
5
this is-
Champions.
You just denied you had it there. I didn't know. Wait.
Yeah. Are you happy? Did you just have Ancelotti below Mourinho? No, you did. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's right
I
then.
agree with you. I agree with both of you. Cruyff fifth. Cruyff fifth.
Okay,
Do you know
Cruyff is...
Fergie was at Aberdeen? Do you know that, by the way?
Right, we give up. I'll give up.
Can't believe it.
Jack,
So
I
our
can't
top
do it
5 has
anymore.
Cruyff, Mourinho, Ancelotti, Guardiola, and Fergie. In
No, I disagree.
That order from 5-1.